Sorry, been chatting. Let's settle into our meditation. And again, if your feet are flat on the floor, of course, it's amazing. We've got 11 people, given that there's a link broken. That's fantastic. Great. And really try and feel I guess you could say the presence of the earth in the soles of your feet. Check your sits bones, really be sitting on top of them and just lengthen your spine. So what that means is if you happen to be slouching, sitting back on your sacrum, just bring yourself forward, align your shoulders over the hips, and just imagine your spine or your spinal column is just spreading out somewhat. And keep in mind you do have natural curves. So you don't want to be completely bolt upright, but you do want to be just nice and relaxed. Head is very slightly tipped forward. Take a nice deep breath and just relax the body from the crown of the head all the way down to the feet. Keep in mind if there are any sounds in your environment, just allow them to be there. And then just notice what thoughts are arising in the mind. Just remember to give yourself the freedom and the space to not be distracted by them. Try not to engage or judge. And then just bring to mind all these people of your life, the loved ones, the ones we don't like so much. And if someone could mute themselves, that'd be great. And the strangers, remembering they can change place at any time. They all want to be happy. They don't want to be suffering. And they all have this extraordinary capacity for an enlightened mind. So remembering there is no negativity that cannot be purified. And this purification process is basically a psychological one. So we create negativity with our mind, so we can equally change that by creating positivity with our mind instead. So sincerely regret from the depths of your heart anything you've done to harm any living being on this day, in this life, and in any past lives. So we're regretting based on the logic of karma. So all our actions result in karma. All the good fortune we have in this life is based on actions we've done in the past. So think like this. You just regret from the depths of our heart having harmed others with the body and the speech, broken vows, because we don't want any future suffering. And also regret our delusions, anger, attachment, grasping, neediness, all of this. And think, what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So we turn to Buddha Vajrasattva. Just see him as a method, as a doctor who's got the methods that we can use to purify. And we're not needing Buddha to forgive us. We're purifying ourselves by relying upon his methods. You can imagine this Vajrasattva above the crown of your head. Also imagine this is your teacher manifesting in this form for your benefit. He's made of this beautiful, blissful, radiant white light, sitting cross-legged. And he's holding this beautiful face, beautiful body, adorned with jewelry, holding a vajra and a bell. And these symbolize enlightenment, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So in order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon others, the beings, the worry beings we've harmed and those who have harmed us, by developing compassion for them. So think particularly of someone you've harmed recently, in the past, and then in general, all beings we have ever harmed since the beginning of this time. And then remember those who have harmed you and have compassion for them, because they're going to suffer as a result of the harm they've done to you. So make a strong aspiration to do this practice of purification for the sake of all these sentient beings, and think, I must purify for their sake. And now we come to the power of the remedy. And this is the medicine doing the practice of purification. So we start with the body, and Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful white nectar, like coming out of a hose, quite forcefully from his heart. And it arcs around and enters your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely. And it keeps pouring into you until it forces out of your lower orifices all the harm you have ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid. And this pours out of you and disappears into space, not one atom left, as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasiti Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hom Pe Om Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasiti Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hom Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dina Patita Dita Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasiti Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hom Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dina Patita Dita Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasiti Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hom Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dina Patita Dita Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasiti Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hom Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dina Patita Dita Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasiti Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe. So be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is now completely purified, and think there's no way you could do anything but benefit others now with the body. So next is a purification of speech, and Vajrasattva very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra, and it arcs around and forcefully enters your crown, filling your entire body, except this time forcing up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech, which overflows and disappears into space, not one atom left. So you can just imagine all the gossip and the harsh speech and the useless speech and lying, talking badly about others behind their backs and getting other people to agree with you. All of this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you, again, as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dina Patita Dita Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasiti Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hom Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dina Patita Dita Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasiti Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hom Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dina Patita Dita Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasiti Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hom Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dina Patita Dita Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasiti Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hom Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dina Patita Dita Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anurakta me boa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahom pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita. Dida me boa sutokaya me boa sipokaya me boa. Anurakta me boa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahom pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita. Dida me boa sutokaya me boa supokaya me boa. Anurakta me boa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahom pe. So again, feel so happy that your speech is now completely purified, and imagine it's not possible to do anything but benefit others now with this speech. So next is the purification of the mind. And Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful beams of light from his heart chakra, and this arcs around and enters your crown and fills your entire being. And so it's like when you walk into a pitch black room, you flick on the switch and the light instantly dispels the darkness. So the moment the light, same thing, the light from Vajrasattva's heart hits your heart chakra, all the darkness of the negativity of your mind, so all your attachment and neediness and anger and violence, depression, anxiety, resentment, jealousy, and bitterness, they're all instantly dispelled, not one atom left as you recite the mantra. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa sipokaya meboa anurakta meboa sawasiddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahom pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa sipokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawasiddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahom pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita. Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa. Anurakta meboa sawasiddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahom pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita. Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa. Anurakta meboa sawasiddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahom pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita. Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa. Anurakta meboa sawasiddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahom pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita. Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa. Anurakta meboa sawasiddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahom pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita. Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa. Anurakta meboa sawasiddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahom pe. So again, be delighted that all your delusions, which are the source of all of our own suffering and the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech, are totally purified, and think there's no space in your heart for anything other than love and kindness and forgiveness and wisdom and bliss and compassion. So next is the purification of even the imprints of negativity of the body, speech, and mind. And this time imagine that Vajrasattva sends light and nectar, and it fills you completely and eradicates even the subtlest imprints of negative energy from the mind, or any kind of any residue that's left behind. Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajrama Mimutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahom Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajrama Mimutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahom Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajrama Mimutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahom Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajrama Mimutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahom Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajrama Mimutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahom Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajrama Mimutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahom Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajrama Mimutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahom Pe. So now feel you are completely purified. There's not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. So really try and feel that. Even the subtlest obscurations to your enlightenment have been removed. So now we come to the resolution, the power of resolve, and really critical step is this decision we need to make in order to even start thinking about refraining from harming others with our body, speech, and mind, and ourselves. So we just have to decide, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to get on top of it. I want to do it differently. So once you've decided that, everything will just fall into place quite easily, I think. So start with baby steps, small steps, and start with something easy. Don't start with something big, something, maybe I ate 5 pieces of chocolate today when I could have really just had one, something like that. That's a mind of attachment. Thinking about that, or maybe you swear too much, or this kind of harsh speech, or gossip, or whatever you do. And just think, I'll refrain from that for a couple of seconds or 5 minutes or whatever. And you'll start to notice this. Changes are taking place. The habits are easing off. So Vajrasattva is delighted with us, wanting to merge with your mind, melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown. And think my guru's body, speech, and mind, Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind, and my own body, speech, and mind are the same. And just a little bit on emptiness. Remember, there is no I, afraid of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma, and there is no negative karma created. So at whatever level you understand emptiness, place your mind there for a little while. We can think of all phenomena as being empty. They do not exist from their own side. And you can think perhaps the way things are appearing to me may not necessarily be the way they exist. So let's just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy you've created doing this purification to all living beings, and think, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. And for His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. And, I think we're going to be doing these until Rinpoche's been found. Might be years. Okay, we're up for it. The lamp of the Gaiden teachings, the supreme refuge, Lama Zopa, has departed in order to rouse the Dharma disciples who cling to permanence. Supreme Being, you took upon yourself the Kadam teacher's way of life and were bound to it night and day, greatly benefiting the teachings and transmigratory beings. Great Master of the teachings, Supreme Guide for East and West, Hidden Yogi, Lama Tupten Zopa, unrivaled Lama Zopa, you took His Holiness, the Sovereign Lord of the Victorious Ones, as your crown, and followed all his instructions. Benefactor Lama Zopa, for the many public and personal needs of Tibetans and others, you opened the vase of resources and cleared away the suffering of hardship. One of great mind, Lama Zopa, you held helpless and voiceless animals with a mind of loving kindness and were their holy savior and protector. Siddha Lama Zopa, Lord of the ocean of mandalas, with the wings of emptiness and compassion, you crossed the waters of the generation and completion stages. Lama Tupten Zopa, great hidden yogi, ornament of the activities of the Gaiden teachings, in truth, a great son of the victorious ones. Having thought of me and other transmigratory beings of the degenerate age, from your seat of lotus and sun at the heart of Sangwa Yeshi, may the jewel that fulfills all wishes, emanating again with the brilliance of 10,000 suns, smile swiftly and without obstacles to our eyes, filled with tears of faith. Lama Ursel Venerable One, to you whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors, for those wanderers in far-off places, especially the West, mindful of your loving concern for us in intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request. O Lama, please live long. And for Geshe Zopa, beloved teacher, leading your students toward wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of the graduated path, you are the unequal guide. Please live a long and stable life. Everybody, lots of love. Thank you very much. Thanks for hosting. Well done, everybody. You made it in. Some obstacles the last couple of days. So do take care, and I'll see some of you tomorrow evening.